Hello, beautiful viewers, domiciled throughout the cosmos. Prepare to indulge in experiencing sheer bliss, because today another riveting, cat-fitting, stellar unboxing video is about to be brought to fruition. What items will I be unboxing? What items will I be opening? Without further delay, without further procrastination, allow me to elicit the box. What items are encompassed inside this bulky, hefty, tangible box? Let's find out. I'm going to demystify the answer to that inquiry right here, right now. The items encompassed within this box are the illustrious one and only Gargoyles. I began unboxing these videos in a previous video. This is the second part of my massive Gargoyles action figure lot unboxing. So if you've yet to see the first part of the unboxing of the massive Gargoyles action figure lot, then you may be inclined to check it out if you're an avid, devout Gargoyles fan. If you detest and disdain Gargoyles, then you'll likely be inclined to not watch a video. So whether you want to watch it or not is contingent upon your niche interests. I love action figures. I wanted to amplify my prodigious action figure collection. I'm entrenched in the Gargoyle series. I love it. Metaphorically speaking, my mind is entrenched in the Gargoyle series. I wanted to surround myself with action figures of characters that I love and relish in all facets, which is why I implemented the decision to purchase the Gargoyles action figures via eBay. I was able to reap eBay bucks and a cashback rebate post purchasing these items. So let's reconvene the unboxing. In the previous video of the unboxing, I showcased myself extracting a multitude of Gargoyles action figures from the box. Unboxed some figurines, a part of the series that encompass Brooklyn, Broadway, Bronx. I have multiple variants of the characters. They're individually labeled. Here we have Lexington. He was likely named after Lexington Avenue in Manhattan. He's a noble, divine, astute, shrewd gargoyle. I haven't witnessed any episodes as of recently. I love the fact that his fingers are clenched together. His legs can be pushed in order to flap his wings. His tail can be rotated seemingly 360 degrees. It's arduous to rotate because his legs obstruct his tail movements. His tail just came off. Fortunately, I was able to reattach it. It's not very pliable. Anyways, he has peg holes embedded in the bottom of his feet. He can rotate his head. I really do not want to loosen his joints, so I abstain from articulating him. He comes equipped with some type of crossbow or some type of hybrid between a bazooka and a bow. He can launch it. If he had multiple crossbows, and he could launch salvos of missiles or arrows at his adversaries. I would presume that this is supposed to denote a miniature missile. This hunk of plastic could also be an arrow, so who knows what it's supposed to represent. But it is nice that he came equipped with his original innate weapon that he was originally packaged with amid being launched into the retail stores. So That is Lexington. The Gargoyles action figure line stands roughly 45 inches tall. He seems to be roughly 4 inches tall. That's what I would estimate. Let's move on. Here we have Goliath, the hard-winged Goliath. Let me flaunt him in front of the camera. His back is a little bit hollow since there's holes inserted in it, which decreases his weight. His fingers are awkwardly preposed. It's too bad that his wrists cannot be swiveled. I prefer modern day action figures as opposed to the ones that were released the middle of the 1990s. His wings to look epic are quite a novelty. He seems to be more of a metallic gargoyle or a cyborg gargoyle or a gargoyle wielding armor. I haven't witnessed the series in nearly 2 decades, so I'm not well acclimated with this character in the least bit. There's a hinge in his wings to allow them to be adjustable. This is by no means an atrocious figurine, even if his wrist cannot be swiveled. I presume that he has a light up feature, but I should not make any arbitrary assumptions at this point. I love his armor, it's pretty epic. He seems to be more of a mecha gargoyle, or a cyborg gargoyle, rather than an organic one. He seems to come equipped with a shield. Here he is, fully assembled. He's an intriguing character. He may be the leader of the Gargoyles. I'm unsure. He has a lever in his back. Not sure what that's supposed to do. I pressed it up to no avail. My efforts are fruitless. Maybe it was supposed to ascend his wings. Who knows? He can articulate his arms and legs. He lacks a waist joint. He lacks a diaphragm joint. His textures are decent. His shadings are decent. His color schemes are at the utmost high quality. Followed by Goliath, we have Stone Camo Lex. This may be the Stone Camo variant of Lexington, or Lex for short. Just like the former Lexington, he comes equipped with this crossbow weapon. He's akin to the other Lexington. The sculpts look homogeneous to one another. The only difference appears to be the color schemes. One seems to be colored gray, other one seems to be colored brown. They both wield belts. They both utilize shorts. This character is comprised of multiple hues. This character is mostly comprised of one hue. if he wasn't wearing shorts and a belt buckle, and if his eyes and mouth were completely shut, then he would likely just be comprised of a grey color. Does he look mundane and dull? He looks okay. I prefer the other version of him. His teeth are sticking out. Next we have hardwired Coldstone, another gargoyle, part of the set. He's not an abysmal figurine by any means. He looks like a cyborg gargoyle, or a hybrid between an organic gargoyle and a cyborg gargoyle. His tail has a ball attached at the end, which is unusual. Is he shrewd? Is he astute? Is he prudent? Is he meticulous? I do not know. I'm not well acclimated with his character's qualities. Nonetheless, he does look epic. He has a finite amount of points of articulation. His head seems to lack a disjoint. The rotation is very limited. He has a lever in his back. Which can spin the component in his chest. There's a transparent window which allows you to see the inside of his chest. His wings can be adjusted. You can modify their positions. Fortunately, they're not pre-posed. His tail has some articulation. This figurine is not too shabby. He could have been refined. Nonetheless, he still has some merit. We have another Gargoyles figurine within the box. We have the hardwired variant of Xanatos, who I presume is the adversary of the Gargoyles. Is he sadistic? Is he coercive? Is he violent? Is he malicious? Is he hot-headed? Is he petulant? Who knows? That is an enigma. As I stated earlier, I haven't seen the series in over 2 decades, and I've barely seen any of it over 2 decades ago, so my knowledge about the series is practically non-existent. He's a mask that could be equipped or detached at your own discretion. He lacks joints in the elbows, he lacks joints in the knees, he cannot perform an ankle pivot, he lacks a diaphragm joint, he cannot swivel the waist, he cannot ascend or descend his head, so you cannot change the position of his face other than being able to rotate it slowly to the right and left. His breastplate can come off. I don't like the fact that his armor can be detached, but if you prefer to have figurines with detachable armor, then this figurine may tickle your fancy or appeal to you, but this figurine does not appease me. He just seems to be generic. He doesn't even have wings. Sure, he can fire his weapon and unleash his wrath upon his adversaries, but there's nothing spectacular about that figurine. So that's Xanatos for you, along with their corresponding bags. I need to take a brief hiatus. I feel dehydrated and famished. I used to know a little bit more about the series, but it's cumbersome to recollect it now, since it's been nearly 2 decades since I bared witness to any Gargoyles content. Hopefully your knowledge base appertains to the Gargoyles series, so maybe you can educate me a bit about it. Under your tutelage, I can hopefully assimilate knowledge about the series. But if you know nothing about it either, then I guess we'll have to learn about it together if we care to at this point. The series is irrelevant. It may have some merit, but knowing it is not going to help me advance within my life. It may appertain to this video, but outside the context of Gargoyles related videos, it just has no pragmatic use knowing about the series. So the knowledge is only applicable to a niche context, such as this video or other videos about Gargoyles. Regardless, so I hope that you found the second part of this unboxing of the massive Gargoyles action figure lot to be intriguing and enthralling. Have a wonderful, marvelous day. Goodbye.